Hey Heroes, hope everyone's doing really well. We missed you guys over here at Hero. Of course, Heroes waiting for all you to come back to class. Hopefully this will all be over soon. We hope you're staying safe, doing all the right things to protect yourself, but also staying active and keeping up with your training. So I'm going to go over some really simple paddle drills and also how to hold paddles. So in case you're working with somebody that normally doesn't train, maybe it's your parent, your brother, your sister, okay, or anybody else that's staying home with you. We're going to go over some paddle drills. If you don't have paddles, of course, you can definitely order Taekwondo kicking paddles. It's really easy to get them. And we're going to go forward from here, okay? So I have my two kicking paddles, and I'm going to primarily hold them with the spine facing my partner, okay? So if you can see that. Spine, right? Not like that, okay? So the spine facing my partner. So Lucas is my partner. Okay, he's facing me. I have the spine facing him, okay? And then so a few general guidelines. Move up just a pinch. Okay, when we're doing paddle drills, okay, you always want to try to find the center. So if I'm holding for him, okay, get in fighting stance. Move back, let's move back a little bit. I want to make sure that when I hold this paddle, I kind of find my center toward my body, and I bring that paddle in toward the center. I don't want to hold it off my shoulder like that, okay, or off this side, okay? So, and if he were to hit the paddle, okay, when he goes and he kicks, he's going to do a roundhouse kick, kicks the paddle, okay, the paddle is going to move naturally. So I have to reset the paddle back to the center, okay? So if I'm standing sideways, the easy way to measure is basically it's coming off of my hip, okay? So I'm kind of in a fighting stance along with my partner here, and my hand, the way I'm holding it, it's almost like I have a vertical fist like that. So I'm kind of like punching the paddle forward, okay, toward my partner. So I have the paddle this way, he's able to kick it, the paddle moves, I can easily bring my arm back to the center, okay? Go ahead, kick. So it's important that whenever you're holding the paddle, that you're not passively holding it. So let's say we're drilling and he's gonna do however many kicks, 20 kicks or whatever, and I'm just kind of holding it like this, and I'm not really engaged, and I'm just holding it, okay? The paddle's gonna kind of go in all different directions, and then the angles are gonna be all off, okay? So you wanna be, the paddle holder has to be just as focused as the kicker or puncher, okay? So, and I also recommend that when you use the paddles, that you don't leave the arm extended, okay? So it doesn't matter what drill we're doing, if he's doing even the simple roundhouse kicks, he's kicking, go ahead, just start kicking, go ahead, kick. It's better for my partner to maintain their focus and to keep my partner honest that I keep my paddles in, okay, and I make sure that he's in a good stance. Go ahead, fix your stance. Paying attention, okay, and then I'm going to put the paddle out. That's also going to help me make sure that I'm placing the paddle in the correct position every time, okay, instead of just sort of holding my arm and then also letting my arm get tired, okay? So a few other pointers. So for the roundhouse kick, which is one of the most practiced kicks in not just Taekwondo, but all martial arts worldwide, okay? So I already mentioned keeping the spine. Can it be held this way? Sure, it can. Okay, I prefer holding it with the spine toward our partner, okay, and also holding it vertically. A lot of times you see paddles being held like this. Okay, if the paddle is held horizontally like that, it's not that big of a deal for a little kid, but the harder the kicker, the worse it is. Go ahead, hold it. Okay, so he's holding it horizontally like this. Just adjust here on this video. If I'm doing roundhouse kick, when I go ahead and kick this paddle, don't move the paddle. When I go ahead and kick the paddle, okay, the entire foot is impacting the paddle, including my toes. Okay, my toes are going to end up hitting all of the base of the paddle and probably my partner's fingers and hands as well. Okay, so now if he holds it vertically, Okay, if you hold it vertically like this, okay, when I go ahead and I kick it with a roundhouse kick, my toes are actually, you can see my toes on the other side of the paddle. They're touching the air, okay? Boom, like that. So your foot's gonna pass through, nice and clean, okay? So, holding the paddle vertically, okay, also you wanna be in a nice stance. Try to adjust as much as you can by using your legs, okay? Come in some. So I don't want to just stand like that and stick out my arms straight, okay? You want to have all your joints involved so that it makes it a lot easier to adjust the paddle, okay? And it also dissipates the force of the kick. So if whoever's kicking the paddles is hitting hard, okay, and you're in a good stance and you have your legs bent and your elbow slightly bent and your shoulder, everything is ready for impact. So when he goes in and kicks the paddle, okay, I'm not going to injure my elbow or my shoulder, okay? So, and then the last thing, if he's throwing a roundhouse kick, okay, again, which is one of the most common kicks that we practice, I want to have the top of the paddle just slightly leaning toward the direction of the kick, okay? So the kick is coming in this way, my paddle is going to lean slightly, the top is coming down slightly toward his kick. Go ahead. Boom. Okay? So if I was holding for the left leg, okay, he switches. Go ahead, switch your stance. Okay? Now I have to lean it in this way. If I'm holding like this, okay, the angle's going to be all off and it's going to be scraping the paddle. So I want to hold it this way. Boom. Okay? So you kick into the paddle like that. Okay? So again, to review, spine toward your partner, try to hold toward your center line. So when I'm holding, I don't want to hold out to where my shoulder is. I want to hold to the middle of my body. Okay, so if I were doing a drill where I'm like this, squared up with my partner, I want to have the paddles to the center of my body. Okay? And then I want to make sure that I reset each time. Okay? Put the paddles out each time. Don't just hold it out like that. Okay? Get in a stance. Focus, bend all of your joints, that way you can absorb the shock of the kick a lot better. Get your out of the frame, come inside. Okay? And then lean the pad toward your partner. Okay? I lean it toward it. Roundhouse kick, go ahead. Boom, place it down. Okay, good. Okay, excellent. So, for today we're going to go over just simple paddle techniques. Okay? Primarily roundhouse kick. We'll do some other developmental drills to aid with the roundhouse, and then some punching techniques. Okay? So we can start out to warm up as well, where we're going to use a front kick. We're going to kick like a front kick, but instead of using the ball of the foot, we're going to still use the instep, okay, which is the primary kicking surface for roundhouse kick. Okay? So now I'm going to just face my partner face to face, square up, as in chumbi, okay? And then I'm just going to hold the paddle. Now he's going to kick vertically. So now I want to have the paddle parallel, okay? The kicking surface is parallel to the floor. And I'm going to hold it nice and low, about belt level, okay, with my partner. Don't keep backing up. Stay here. Okay, and he's just going to go ahead and he's just going to kick up, front kick, and he's going to come back to a neutral position. He's going to kick up, up, up. We're going to warm up like that. So he's going to kick up. Okay, like that. So basically he's kicking foot upwards, just like a front kick, using the instep. Okay? Now I want you to go ahead and motion like this, bounce, and I want you to just kick in rhythm. Oop, wow, kick, kick, nice and easy, okay? Up, two. Okay? So you can go ahead and have your partner warm up like that with a simple drill. So start working on keeping their balance and staying in rhythm when they're doing these kicks. Okay, so we'll try again. So he's gonna kick, we're gonna just do 10. He's gonna try to stay in the same exact spot as he's kicking. Okay, just a little bit of motion and then kick up, up, and his feet are gonna return to the same spot. And we're kicking basically in the fashion of a roundhouse kick, but it's going vertically like a front kick. Okay, all right, ready? Okay, in motion 10 times. Okay, good. Okay, so now, after we do that, okay, and again, assuming that you're not working with a whole lot of space, we can go ahead and move forward just slightly with those kicks, okay? So we can go maybe do like 4 kicks forward. So as he's kicking, instead of taking a full step forward with the kick, just land slightly forward each time. Kick, land slightly forward. Kick, land slightly forward. So he's gonna kick forward 4 times. And now, as he's kicking, okay, I'm presenting the paddle, and each time I'm gonna step back and put down the opposite paddle. Okay, so I have my right hand for his right leg, so let's go nice and easy. He kicks, kick, kick, kick. Boom, back up. Do it without all the extra stuff. Keep your stance up. Okay, so just 4 kicks marching forward. Okay, each time I step back slightly. Boom. Okay, really simple. We'll try again. Okay, so he's kicking, and I move back, 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 like that. Okay, and so being able to move back and forward while holding the paddles is some of the most important functions of the paddle holder. Okay, so this is the base for a lot of the drills that we do. So we'll do it one more time. Okay, starting out really simple. He's just doing like kind of like a front kick and just marching me down. Again, he's going to kick. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Okay. Now we can start increasing the angle and taking that front kick and turning it towards the roundhouse kick and increasing the space. Okay? If you don't have a lot of space, we can go ahead and just do 2 times. So just 2 kicks, right? So he's going to go ahead. Roundhouse, roundhouse. Boom. That's it. Just 2. Right? And then we reset. Okay? So resetting is a really important thing when you're holding the paddles so you don't get all messed up. Okay? As soon as you finish an individual rep, reset, you go right back to the origin, right to the start. So wherever it is that you were doing your drill, just go right back to that spot. Okay? For the holder and for the kicker. It makes it really simple. It's easy for everybody to get refocused and know exactly where they need to be and what they need to do. Okay, otherwise you start backing up too much or ending up in a different spot and you're not sure of your stance. Just restart. Okay, so you reset, you come back to here. I'm making sure my partner's ready. I have my paddles in. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and put my paddles out, and then he's going to kick. 1, 2, boom. That's it. Just 2. So see, I have to pay attention because my partner is forgetting that it's only 2 kicks. Okay, move in. Okay, so that's why the holder has to be just as focused, maybe more focused than the kicker. Okay, that way you don't get kicked in the head or somewhere else. Okay, so we reset. Okay, so ready and go. 2, boom, and like that. Okay, so these are some really simple ways that you can get started with your paddle drills and paddle holding. Okay, so we have our kicking in place with the front kick, right? And then moving forward with the front kick, and then starting to move forward with the roundhouse kick. Okay, so now I'm gonna have you switch legs. Switch, come closer. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and kick in place. Okay, so in place, he's just gonna work on his front leg roundhouse kick right here, right? Where he's gonna lift up the front leg, boom, and now roll it horizontally and kick the paddle. Okay, and this is really easy to do because you can do it anywhere. So he's gonna go ahead and lift and kick. Just lift your leg, kick, lift up and kick. Okay, you can go ahead, you can do it slowly, you can try to do it for speed, okay? You can do different sets, right, where you can do, or you can call out numbers, so he's in fighting stance. Okay, so I can go ahead and say 3. Okay, so he's got to do 3. Okay, hold your stance, hold your stance. Okay, ready, 5. Okay, like that. Okay, then we can start doing low and high, okay, while he's trying to maintain his balance. Okay, get a good stance, right? So I go low, high, like that. Again, low, high, okay, low, high, low, high, like that, okay? So now, after we've done some of these front leg roundhouse kicks, okay, we can go ahead and do front leg roundhouse kick and then combine with a rear leg, okay? So he's in his fighting stance. Go ahead, arms up, nice stance. Okay, so I can have him go ahead and do front leg kick, and then kick with the back leg. Okay, and then back up, reset. Okay, so we reset, kick in place, come forward like that. Okay, kick in place, come forward. Okay, now you can also do it where you alternate the drill. Okay, so kick in place. Okay, now here, freeze. Now I can have him just shuffle straight back, shuffle back. Just once. Okay, so now he's facing the other side. So now he's going to kick with the front leg, it's going to be the left. Rear leg is the right. Okay, shuffle back. Don't. So you want to make sure your partner's not just doing whatever after they finish the drill. Okay.
That feels pretty hard.
Okay, back up a little bit. Okay, so front leg kick, rear leg kick, shuffle back. Front leg kick, rear leg kick, shuffle back. Okay, front leg, rear leg, shuffle back. Okay, front leg, rear leg, shuffle back. Boom, and like that. Okay? So you guys go ahead and start out with some of these basic drills. Get comfortable holding the paddles, okay, in a small space. And then you can combine, with just a few basic moves, you can come up with many, many different combinations, okay, and steps. All right, so we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna briefly cover holding for punches as well with the paddles, okay? So I'm gonna hold the same grip with the paddle, but now I'm just turning them this way so that they're squared up, right? Like that. Okay, so I'm gonna square the paddle up. Stay here. You keep running away from the frame. Okay, so my paddles are facing my partner like this. So I could basically like smush them in the face like that. Okay, and then so this makes it it's really easy to hold. Okay, and it's really great for punching, and it's also very versatile because we can quickly transition from punching to kicking. Okay, and also these paddles are great for whacking your partner when they're not paying attention, right? Okay, so there's a lot of different drills that we can do. So in general, if you're using 2 paddles, okay, if we're doing 2 and we're doing punching drills, we're gonna crisscross, meaning his left hand will go to my left paddle here, left, right, goes to my right paddle. Okay, left, right, pick up your hands. Left, right, right, left, right, okay, left, right, quick, left, right. Okay, and same thing, I can turn the paddles away, right, and we can move a little bit, so we're moving, move a little bit, move. We're moving, right, when I pop the paddles up, he's going to go ahead and punch, right? If I turn a little bit this way, he's going to turn a little bit that way. I pull the paddles up, boom, right? We're moving together, okay? Good. All right, keep my partner honest, okay? Arms up, arms up. Keep your hands up and move. Okay, so that's how you're gonna hold for the punches, okay? You can also hold with just one paddle, right? So face fighting stance. Okay, depending on the drill, you can also just go ahead and jab cross to the same paddle, like that, right? So if you just have one paddle, okay. Keep your hands up. Okay, and so now we're gonna go ahead, punch, and then kick. So if I'm facing my partner here, right, he's gonna do the same jab cross. He's gonna go jab, cross, and then from here, I just drop back, and then there's the kick. Okay, fighting stance. Right, so jab cross, kick. You don't drop back, I drop back. Okay, jab cross, kick. Okay, so again, I'm holding here, 1, 2, we're in punching range, 1, 2, and then I just step back, and then my partner kicks, okay? And as you work with your partner, or with your child, you guys do it slowly and learn to develop some trust with your partner and work on these skills, okay? Paddle holding is just as difficult as kicking and punching. Okay, ready? Again, one more time. Okay, punch, and kick. Good. Okay, another simple drill that you guys can practice at home. Stance, arms up. Stay close. Okay, we can pick up our front leg, roundhouse. Punch with the opposite hand. Okay, kick front leg, punch. Kick, punch. Okay, kick, punch. Now I can have my partner get out of the way after that. No, stay there. Okay, I can make him slide back. Come a little closer. Right, so kick, punch, slide back. Keep your guard up. Come back. Right, so I'm using the paddles. Kick, punch, move. Okay, reset. Go kick, punch, move. Kick, punch, move. Like that. Okay. One more. Kick, punch, move. Okay, one last drill. Fighting stance. We're going to do it slowly. Kick with the front leg. Punch. He's going to slide back slightly. Roundhouse kick with his back leg. Okay, so we're going to reset. Reset. Remember, reset. Go back to the exact stance that you started, position, the spot on the floor, and the stance. Okay, so front leg roundhouse, punch, move, rear leg kick. Okay, reset again. Okay, front leg kick, punch, slide back, kick. Boom. Okay. All right, there are some basic paddle drills for you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe. Like I said, we miss you. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Okay, and if you don't have paddles, I definitely urge you guys to go ahead and get at least a pair of paddles to have at home, so you can practice while you're at home. There's so many different things you can do with them, and it's definitely a great at-home training tool. All right, guys. Until next time.